Now, let us speak about the principles connected to bioethics. There are 11 principles. I'm going to mention them, then I will explain some of the principles. Let me first of all mention these principles. The first principle is the principle of human dignity. The second one is the principle of sacredness of life. The third principle is the principle of double effect. The fourth one, the principle of lesser evil. The fifth, the principle of material cooperation. The sixth, the principle of integrity and totality. The seventh principle, the principle of proportionate means. The eighth principle is the principle of stewardship. And the ninth principle is the principle of informed consent. And the 10th principle is the principle of freedom and responsibility. Whereas the last but not least, the principle is the principle of sociality and the subsidiarity. Now let us try to explain some of these principles. Starting with the principle of stewardship. This principle states that the body life is a gift entrusted to a person, and a person acts or keeps that body as a gift, but in stewardship. Which means the man should protect his life, his body life, and no one is allowed to terminate the life of the human being, because everybody is given life as a gift, and he or she is the steward of that life given to him. Now, the principle of totality. The principle of totality means that the part can never be greater than the whole. The part can never be greater than the whole. Which means when it happens, there is a need to take off a part from the whole. It is allowable and understandable, because the one part of the body can be sacrificed so as to make sure that the whole body is in health. That is the principle of totality. And we have the principle of beneficence. Principle of beneficence means that this principle of beneficence means that everybody should will something which is good to his neighbor. And so people have got the obligations arising from this principle. First of all, there is an obligation not to inflict harm on another, to prevent evil at all costs, to remove evil at all costs, and to promote the good. This is the principle of beneficence. Beneficence. We also have the principle of non-maleficence. The principle of non-maleficence means that every person should never will something bad to happen to another person. Every person should never will anything bad to another person. That is non-maleficence. The principle of justice. Everybody should be given what is due to him or to her. Giving to each what is due to each. You see, that is the principle of justice. Now that is the principle of justice. Let us also speak about the principle of double effect. Principle of double effect means that it is more allowable to perform an act that has got two effects, bad effect and the good one, provided that the act itself is not in itself evil, and the good and evil will just come automatically out of that action, and the intention of acting is good, and there is a reason to justify the action to be done. Now let us speak about the principle of proportion. The principle of proportion actually deals or is applied when offering the treatment to the patient. You know, there are many things to be accounted when giving a treatment to a patient. First of all, there is a cost of the treatment. And secondly, there is a danger, there is that hope of being, whether you also have to consider whether there is a hope of recovery or no hope of recovery. If it happens that the cost is too high, and the hope of, we are hopeless on looking at the condition of the sick or patient, it is allowable for a patient to accept that suffering, because by accepting the suffering and its ultimate consequence being death, it's like the sacrifice he or she gives to the society. Because if the society or his family is going to just consume everything for saving his life or her life without hope of getting that recovery, oh my God, it is actually not good in itself. So the principle of proportion applies that way. Now there is also the last principle which I would like to express. This is the principle of expandability. In view of the higher good, life itself can be sacrificed. The expandability. One's life can be sacrificed in view of the higher good, because life itself is not the absolute good. And it is not the absolute good. Thus, when you consider that there is another absolute good ahead of life, life itself can be sacrificed. That is an application of the principle of expandability. Thank you for watching. May God bless you. God bless you. Bye for now.